Hi everyone, today we're diving into the top 10 cards to get from the upcoming Universe Beyond Spider-Man set. And here are the top 10 cards you want to pick up from the source material bonus sheet. Please keep in mind this is all based on my opinion. Are you ready? Let's get started. Number 10 is Spider Manifestation. This is a red-green mana door that has reach. You can use that mana to cast any spells. No restriction, but the real deal is that trigger ability. Whenever you cast a mana value 4 greater spell, you get to untap this creature. Wow, it looks like Gwenna, Eye of Gaia, has a partner in crime. Being able to untap means you can save more mana and cast more spell later on. Moreover, if you leave this untapped, you can block any flying creature. Number 9 is Rent is Due, another white card draw and that requires you to tap 2 untapped creatures or treasures. You can run this in any token deck if you lack of card draw engine. Make sure you have creatures or treasures before you cast this, otherwise disenchantment will go away. Up next is Hide on the Ceiling. This is essentially a blue version of Eerie Interlude. You can save your creatures and or artifacts from a board wipe like Ultima. It is similar to March of the Swirling Mist, but you have to pay in full mana value to cast this card. Be sure to leave up some mana so that you can cast this to save your team. Up next is Spider Sense, a 2 mana counterspell for instant sorcery or triggered ability, which is pretty good. We already have Arcane Denial, Delay, and now we have this added into the 2 mana counterspell slot. Moreover, you could cast this for 1 mana if you could return a tapped creature back to your hand. So this could be another swan song. The next card is Spider Punk. The riot ability and giving your spider team riot is nice, but the part where spells and ability can be countered is very important because blue players can't stop any spells or ability as long as Spider Punk is on the battlefield. Without any interruption, you can cast any big flashy spells without worries. This also applies to your opponents too, so think twice before casting this. Also, damage can be prevented too. Sorry Fox and Teferi's protection, you are completely useless here. Number 5 is Electro Assaulting Battery. This is another Burgie, but only for instant and sorcery. If you have any spell slinger decks like Veyron, Vivi, or Nif Mizzet, then Electro will be a good addition. Moreover, if you can manage to generate tons of mana and when Electro leaves, you could sink your mana into his leave the battlefield trigger and one-shot somebody. Spoiler alert, Electro is also good in firebending because you can store those firebending red mana and use it on your second main phase. Number 4 is Maximum Carnage. Normally I don't recommend sagas because they don't stick around, but this is stupidly powerful and this is why. The first chapter is essentially protection because your opponent's creatures are goaded. You will survive for one more turn. Next, getting 3 red mana is essentially a ramp, and finally dealing 5 damage to each opponent is very painful. Not to mention this will get amplified by any damage doublers too. By the way, if you have ways to manipulate law counters or blink this repeatedly, you can get continuous protection until the saga gets removed. Talk about maximum carnage for your opponents. Coming in number 3 is Gwenom Remorseless. If you think Bolas' Citadel is very strong, well, it is back now. Staple on a creature. She has Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever she attacks, you get to cast the top card of your library by paying your life. The downside is that she is a creature which will get easily removed, but you can always bring her back by reanimation spells. Casting spell by paying your life is not an issue in a commander game unless your life is too low to begin with. Second place goes to Imposter Syndrome. With the meme aside, this is a very powerful enchantment that allows you to clone legendary creatures. Normally, because of legend rule, you could only keep one legendary creature on the battlefield. But with this, you could get multiple copies of your legendary creatures. This can be amplified by any token doublers too. The tricky part is that you have to deal damage first and the cloning happens. So make sure you have your Wonder in the graveyard or any evasion or trample at the ready. Obviously, the first place goes to the Soul Stone, an indestructible black mana rock that can reanimate a creature for free is super push. And this is the next commander staple for any black decks moving forward. Moreover, we will probably have more Infinity Stones in the future Marvel Universe Beyond set as well. You bet they are going to be super powerful too. Here are the top 10 source material bonus sheet cards that you might want to pick up. Number 10 is Winds of Change. Haven't seen this in a while. A 1 mana change your hand spell is good to have in any wheel decks. Also, this might mess up your opponent's hands too, which can be very funny. Number 9 is Clever Impersonator. A 4 mana value copy spell that can copy any non-land permanent on the battlefield. It's very flexible. If your opponent has any powerful engine, you could copy that for your benefit. Number 8 is Reanimate. While this has been reprinted in pre-cons lately, it is still a very good 1 mana reanimation spell, but be careful of the mana value of the card. Number 7 is Tangle. Just like Winds of Change, this hasn't been reprinted for a while. Anyway, a fog effect and attacking creatures don't get to untap next turn can buy you one more turn to turn the table around. Next up, we have Soar in Half. It's used to create tokens copy of the destroyed creatures and mainly to abuse their enter the battlefield ability. Very good for aristocrat decks. Number 5 is Reprieve, a white sort of counter spell that can caught your opponent off guard. Make sure they don't have enough mana to recast that spell when you cast this. Number 4 is Mind Break Trap. A free interaction spell is always good to have when you're in the middle of an interaction warfare with your opponents. Also, this card can exile any number of target spell on the stack. Coming in third place is Opposition Agent, a powerful game changer that can allow you to manipulate whatever your opponent is tutoring. With Marilyn of the Monso on your side, this is basically a game over for your opponent. Coming in second place is the Wedding Ring. It can parasitically draw you cards and gain you more life whenever your opponent gain life or draw cards. But this only happens during their turn. Lastly, in first place goes to Parallel Lives. A classic 4 mana token doublers is good to have in any token deck. And that is all the cards that you want to get from the Universe Beyond Spider-Man set. Here are the 10 main set cards, and here are the 10 bonus sheet cards. What do you guys think about this set? Personally, I think the flavor for this set is super cool and well done, but for the price to pay is not worth it. Also, I don't think there are a lot of powerful or very push cards in this set except for the Soul Stone, which is good news. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe too.